Oh man, finally getting to a little project that I got. Um, I don't know, I guess this is what they call those Batwing blower housings. That's for my tractor here. What's going on is, I don't know, I was just looking around on the internet a little bit and stuff like that, and they were talking about how they used to have a problem with the old Batwing style air filters here, where they'd suck dirt around the filter, especially if they got restricted or anything. And they were a real issue because the housings would warp and they wouldn't seal right. This one's all messed up. So I guess some of you guys probably know I work for a generator dealer, and one of our products, so we sell Briggs standby generators. So when we had some engines in the shop, I got it done now. The intake stub is swapped out already. I got the aluminum intake. All this stuff is from a 49 cubic inch engine, and the 20 horse is it's a 40 cubic inch, but it's all the same family. So I've heard of people swapping over to the later model blower housings, but they say, oh, it's a fortune, and you got to do this, and you got to buy a new flywheel, and you got to get that, and on. I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on this thing for buying new parts and stuff like that. But so it ended up happening. Got a couple of the later model engines in, I guess you could call it maybe the second generation of them. And so I was stripping one down, and I ended up keeping all the parts for it. I kept two of them, actually. Because the early ones have the plastic intake manifold too, which is a piece of junk. So I ended up grabbing everything from these things: starter, flywheel, intake manifold. But you can't. This is for propane or natural gas run on that. But the stub is different in the front. The way the filter seals is different. So really, what I found out is you got to get the intake stub. You probably could live with the plastic manifold if you wanted to. The back tin is okay. That's fine. The flywheel works. The difference in the flywheels is the height of the blower. Yeah, you can see that. So yeah, swap that. Even the grass guard fits. This piece of tin in the valley right there, it is different. You're gonna have to change that. And of course, the side tin is different. That's the thing here. Being that's a little different, this thing had an oil cooler. The 49 cubic inch had an oil cooler set up. It wasn't blown up or anything, so I'm actually going to swap that on there. Use that. Just in case you guys wanted to know, it'll fit on a stock engine. You probably got to trim the tin out a little bit right there. My original one I did. I trimmed it out a little bit, but that's a Wix 51773 or equivalent. I think it's about 7 inches long, and I mean that's actually the same filter base as like a Ford Fram PH8A filter base. If you don't like Frams, whatever, but just use that number and cross it. Get the dimensions from that filter and use what you'd like. But basically, they call this, I think, like a 2-quart oil filter. Yeah, I'll swap all that out. I'm gonna change oil and all that when I put on the oil cooler setup and all that. So yeah, basically, the tin will be different on the sides. You got to grab that up. Grab up tin for this side. I still got to swap that out yet. I've already swapped out the neck on the carb. You can see because it's different shape totally. That's a totally different deal. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's just basically a thing for longevity. It doesn't really, it's not gonna add any horsepower or anything like that. But I don't know. I figured it was a little project I've been kind of meaning to get to. And I'm still working. I got some stuff I'm doing on this. I got a little project in the back. I mean, I can go drive that thing on nice days. It's just basically like a convertible that you can't put the top up on. But yeah, I don't know, man. Other than that, I just kind of playing around. Ooh. And I don't know. Nice if you can get an aluminum intake manifold off the newer ones for it. I guess they had problems with the other ones cracking and stuff like that. But yeah, I went a little psychotic there, I guess you could say. I mean, you know, 2 springs is good because you bust one, you still got one, but 3 is better. um, yeah, I've actually got 2 setups, 2 blower housings, because our shop lawnmower, which ain't here right now, it's the early style. Yeah, that was interesting too. I'm gonna have to swap our shop mower. I'm gonna swap that all over. The flywheels, though, when I was stripping the engines down, because we had 3 or 4 in the shop. Doc Sprocket probably. I was sending him videos. I go, oh my God, look at this. A couple of the engines I pulled apart because they were generators. Didn't even have the magnets glued in it. So I'm getting worried because everybody's saying you got to swap the flywheel and everything. Which I'm not sure. I mean, there is a little bit of difference between this one and the other one here. Slightly. Nothing. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to try to swap this. I think, yeah, like the depression over there isn't quite as deep as it is on this one, you know. But because the thing is, this one has the plastic flywheel teeth, or you know, or has the pinion gear. It's a damn plastic and all that. Well, these are metal, so you can switch over to the better starter motor. And I don't know. I might be tempted to try, you know, this flywheel. I would hope the magnets would clear it on the inside, but I guess I have to see what happened there. But yeah, I don't know. I got to pull a filter off and all that, so I could mount the oil cooler, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really feel like doing it because it's getting kind of late tonight. But yeah, other than that, though, man, just a little tinkering deal I wanted to get to for quite a while here. So, all right, man. Hope everybody enjoyed this. I'm probably gonna make it a couple parts because it's at least I'll do something where I have it part way together if I run into any snags. But I mean, it's basic to get it down to this. I mean, pulling your old blower housing off and stuff like that. But, all right, I guess that's it for now. Later.